Hello dear students, myself CMA Padmaja Buzruk. I will be continuing the topic financial statements of profit oriented organizations. Go to study note number 3, preparation of financial statements of profit oriented organizations. I will be discussing illustrations covering preparation of balance sheet. Balance sheet. Horizontal format of balance sheet is also used by business other than company. In case of companies, format of balance sheet and profit and loss account is vertical as required by Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013, but in case of proprietorship firm and partnership firm, horizontal format of balance sheet is used. In case of balance sheet, there are two sides, liability side and asset side. First, we'll see liability side of the balance sheet. On the liability side, first item is capital. This indicates the initial amount the owner or owners of the business contributed. This contribution could be at the time of starting business or even at later stage to satisfy requirement of funds for expansion, diversification, etc. As per business entity concept, owners and business are distinct entities and thus any contribution by owner by way of capital is a liability. Capital can be in cash or it can be in the form of assets. Second, on the liability side of the balance sheet is reserves and surplus. The business is going concern and will keep making profit or loss year by year. The accumulation of these profits or loss figure called as surpluses will keep on increasing or decreasing owner's equity. In case of non-corporate form of business, the profit or losses are added to the capital and not shown separately in the balance sheet of the business. In case of company accounts, profit of the business is shown under the head reserves and surplus, but in case of sole proprietorship and partnership, net profit is added to capital accounts and net loss is deducted from capital accounts. It is not shown separately. Third, to the liabilities side is long-term or non-current liabilities. These are obligations which are to be settled over a longer period of time, say 5 to 10 years. These funds are raised by way of loans from banks and financial institutions. These funds should not be generally used for day-to-day business activities. Such loans are normally given on the basis of some security from the business, for example, against a charge on fixed assets. So long-term loans are called as secured loans also. Banks and financial institution gives sanction loan to the businessman on the basis of some security, and that is the reason why they are also known as secured loans. Fourth, on the liabilities side of the balance sheet, fourth classification is short-term or current liabilities. A liability shall be classified as current when it satisfies any of the following. It is expected to be settled in the organization's normal operating cycle. It is held primarily for the purpose of being traded. It is due to be settled within 12 months after the reporting date, or the organization does not have an unconditional right to defer settlement of liability for at least 12 months after the reporting date. Current liabilities comprise of sundry creditors, advances from customers, outstanding expenses, bills payable, and bank overdraft. Now we'll see in detail one by one all these current liabilities. Sundry creditors, amount payable to suppliers against purchase of goods, are known as sundry creditors. This is usually settled within 30 to 180 days. Advance from customers. At times, customers may pay advance, that is, before they get delivery of goods, till the business supplies goods to them. It has an obligation to pay back the advance in case of failure to supply. Hence, such advances are treated as liability till the time they get converted to sales. Outstanding expenses. These represent services procured but not paid for. These are usually settled within 30 to 60 days. For example, Phone bill of September is normally paid in October. Outstanding expenses are also known as accrued expenses. These are expenses due but not paid. Bills payable. There are times when suppliers do not give clean credit. They supply goods against a promissory note to be signed as a promise to pay after or on a particular date. These are called as bills payable or notes payable. Bank overdraft. Banks may give fund facilities like overdraft, whereby business is permitted to issue checks up to a certain limit. The bank will honor these checks and will recover this money from business. This is a short term obligation. Now we'll see assets. In accounting language, all debit balances in personal and real accounts are called assets. Assets are broadly classified into fixed assets and current assets. Fixed assets. These represent the facilities or resources owned by business for a longer period of time. The basic purpose of these resources is not to buy and sell them, but to use for future earnings. The benefit from use of these assets is spread over a very long period. The fixed assets could be in tangible form such as building, machinery, vehicles, computers, etc., whereas some could be in intangible form like patents, trademarks, goodwill, etc. The fixed assets are subject to wear and tear, which is called as depreciation. In the balance sheet, fixed assets are always shown as original cost less depreciation. Second, on the asset side is investments. These are funds invested outside the business on a temporary basis at times when business has surplus funds and they are not immediately required for business purpose. It is prudent to invest it outside business. For example, in mutual funds or fixed deposit, the purpose is to earn reasonable return on this money instead of keeping them idle. These are assets shown separately in balance sheet. Investments can be classified into current investments and non-current investments. Now next item on the assets side is current assets. An asset shall be classified as current when it satisfies any of the following. It is expected to be realized in or is indebted for sale or consumption in the organization's normal operating cycle. It is held primarily for the purpose of being traded. It is due to be realized within 12 months after the reporting date, or it is cash or cash equivalent unless it is restricted from being exchanged or used to settle a liability for at least 12 months after the reporting date. Current asset comprises of stock, debtors, bills receivables, cash in hand, cash at bank, prepaid expenses, and advances to suppliers. Now we'll see in detail one by one all of these current assets. Stocks include stock of raw material, semi-finished goods or work in progress and finished goods. Stocks are shown at lesser of the cost or market price. Debtors, they represent customer balances which are not paid. The bad debts or provision for bad debts is reduced from debtors and net figure is shown in balance sheet. Bills receivables, credit to customers may be given based on a bill to be signed by them payable to the business at an agreed date in future. At the end of accounting period, the bill accepted but not yet paid are shown as bills receivable. Cash in hand, this represent cash actually held by the business on the balance sheet date. This cash may be held at various offices, locations or sites from where the business activity is carried out. Cash at all locations is physically counted and verified with book balance discrepancies, if any, are adjusted. Cash at bank. Funds held as balances with bank are also treated as current asset. It is to be applied for paying to suppliers. Prepaid expenses. They represent payment made against which services are expected to be received in very short period. Advances to suppliers. When amounts are paid to suppliers in advance and goods or services are not received till the balance sheet date, they are to be shown as current assets. Now we'll see format of the balance sheet other than company. This is not applicable to company accounts, limited companies. As per Companies Act 2013, vertical format is applicable. On the liability side, capital, separate figures are shown for each owner, that is for each partner. Long-term liabilities, that is loans from bank or financial institutions. Current liabilities, under that sundry creditors, bills payable, advance from customers, outstanding expenses and total. Fixed assets, various fixed assets less depreciation, tangible as well as intangible fixed asset, current assets, various current assets and total of assets should match with total of liabilities. Method of preparing. Normally, final accounts are prepared from ledger balances. Trial balance may also be given to prepare final accounts. All items in the trial balance should be posted once to any of the above three parts depending on its nature. This is very important. Trial balance will have two columns, debit column and credit column. Items from debit column will get recorded either to trading or profit and loss account debit or asset side. An item on the credit column will get posted either to trading or profit and loss account credit side or to the liability side only once. There may be some additional information for which adjustment entry is required to be posted. Effect of these adjustments must be posted twice. This is very important. Adjustment has two effects in any of the three parts depending on the nature of the transaction. For example, if there is an outstanding rent as an additional information, it should be added to rent account in profit and loss account and should be recorded as a liability in the balance sheet. However, if outstanding rent is already there in trial balance, it will be posted once to the balance sheet as liability. Outstanding rent, if is in the trial balance, it gets posted only once on the liability side of the balance sheet. If prepaid insurance is there in the trial balance, it is to be shown on the assets side only once. If depreciation is there in the trial balance, it is to be shown only once to the debit of profit and loss account. Current assets and current liabilities are used in day-to-day business activities. Current assets minus current liabilities are called working capital or net current assets. We'll see treatment of some adjustment. If closing stock is in the trial balance, the amount of closing stock will appear in balance sheet only once it is since it is already adjusted with purchases. If both cost and market value of stock is given in the adjustment. Amount of closing stock should be taken at cost or market price, whichever is lower. Goods distributed as free sample, the amount should be deducted from purchase and should be debited in the profit and loss account. Alternatively, it may be directly recorded in the credit side of trading account and debited to profit and loss account as advertisement expenses. Goods distributed as free samples is to be debited to profit and loss account as advertisement expenses, and there are second effect is either it can be deducted from purchases or it can be credited to trading account. Wages paid for installation of machinery is to be deducted from wages and to be added with the cost of machinery. Depreciation will be calculated on the value of machinery after adding cost of installation. Carry forward of advertisement expenses for the next year. This is a case of deferred revenue expenditure. The carry forward amount should be deducted from the advertisement expenses in profit and loss account and to be shown in the asset side of balance sheet as fictitious asset. But as per AS 26, entire amount is to be charged to profit and loss account. This is very important. Even if it is given in the adjustment that advertisement benefit of advertisement expenses can occur to company for next few years, still it is to be expensed off in the year when the amount is spent. Pilferage, that is small theft, pilferage of cash is to be debited to profit and loss account and to be deducted from balance of cash in hand. Dishonor of check received from a debtor to be deducted from the cash at bank and to be added back to the amount of debtor. Provision for doubtful debt is to be calculated on the adjusted value of such debtor. Unexpired insurance premium. Unexpired means the benefit is yet to receive. In simple terms, it means prepaid insurance. Therefore, the amount is to be deducted from insurance in profit and loss account and to be shown as current asset in the balance sheet. When same party is debtor as well as creditor, this is a case of mutual indebtedness. It is termed as set off. The rule is to deduct the lower amount from both debtor as well as creditor. Remember that any provision is to be made after this adjustment. Under valuation of opening stock. Opening stock undervalued means closing stock of last year was undervalued, due to which gross profit of the last year as well as net profit was undervalued. Ultimately, the capital is also understated. So, in current year, the opening stock should be increased and the capital also to be increased by the amount of such undervaluation. The trial balance of a business is given below. They have given you the trial balance of the business. Debit column total and credit column total is matching 9,71,100. Prepare trading account, profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December 17 and balance sheet as on that date after taking into account the following adjustment. First, you have to go through the adjustment and put a star for the items which has got adjustment, so that while posting from trial balance to either trading account, profit and loss account or balance sheet, you will come to know that which item has got adjustment and accordingly you have to post it. Now return debit and credit, both the column return is given. Return inward and return outward. Sales has credit balance, sales return has debit balance. Debit column return is sales return and credit column return is return outward or purchase return. From sales, you are supposed to deduct debit returns, and from purchases, you are supposed to deduct credit column returns. Discount received, profit and loss credit by discount received, sales, trading account credit by sales, and from this deduct returns. Commission, profit and loss credit by commission. Star is there, that means it has got adjustment. We'll go through the adjustments and see. Last adjustment, commission received 1,500 is yet to be earned. So from commission received you will deduct 1,500. Commission received yet to be earned, that means it is commission received in advance, pre-received commission. Deduct it from commission and show it on the liability side of the balance sheet. These are the two effects. That is how you are supposed to solve these questions. Bills receivable, asset side, under current assets show bills receivable directly in the outer column. Carriage inward, trading account debit to carriage inward directly in the outer column. Plant and machinery, go to asset side. Plant and machinery right in the inner column 85,600. Star is there, that means it has got adjustment. We'll see what is the adjustment. Depreciate plant and machinery by 20%. So asset side plant and machinery in the inner column 85,600 minus depreciation at the rate of 20%, and net figure is to be taken to the outer column, and whatever you have deducted as depreciation is to be debited to profit and loss account. Investment directly on the asset side, no adjustment, 22,400. Sundry creditors, no adjustment on the liability side. Salaries, profit and loss account debit, it has star, so that means it has got adjustment. We'll see what is the adjustment for salaries. Outstanding salaries 4,500. So write salaries in the inner column plus outstanding, add outstanding salaries, and outstanding salary to be shown on the liabilities side of the balance sheet. This is second effect. Freehold premises directly in the outer column of assets on the asset side. Drawings, it has got adjustment. Now we'll see what is the adjustment for drawings. Goods Goods drawn for personal use 2100. This is the adjustment for drawings. It is to be deducted from purchases and add in drawings. Goods used for proprietor for his personal use. So this is to be added in drawings, and both 5300 plus used for personal purpose, both to be deducted from capital. Capital is to be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. 6% bank loan is to be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. See, bank loan is liability, but you are supposed to pay interest on bank loan at the rate of 6%. But in this trial balance, payment of interest is not given, so we'll assume that interest is outstanding for 6 months, and accordingly the adjustment will be made. This is hidden or implied adjustment, no specific adjustment is given. Interest on bank loan is not paid, it is assumed it is outstanding for 6 months. So on 20,000 at 6% for 6 months, interest is 600. Two effects are profit and loss account debit, outstanding interest on bank loan 600, as well as it is to be shown on the liabilities side of the balance sheet. Next, purchases. Trading account debit, two purchases, but you have to be very careful. First, you are supposed to write opening stock, so leave some 1 or 2 lines and then write two purchases 3,40,000, deduct returns, and it has got adjustment. We'll see adjustment. Just now we have seen goods drawn for personal use 2100, it is to be deducted from purchases, and goods distributed as free samples, this is also to be deducted from purchases, and this 500 is to be debited to profit and loss account as advertisement. Reserve, it is to be shown on the liability side in the outer column 75,000. Wages, trading account debit, two wages, it has got adjustment. We'll see what is the adjustment. Outstanding wages 9,800, it is to be added to wages. Wages in the inner column plus outstanding, take total in the outer column and outstanding wages on the liability side of the balance sheet. Discount allowed, no adjustment, directly profit and loss account. Debit side, outer column, sundry debtors on the asset side 85,800, it has got two adjustments, so write it in the inner column. Asset side, sundry debtors 85,800 minus bad debts 1,800, 84,000. Create a provision for bad debts 5% on sundry debtors. So 5% of 84,000, 4,200, 84,000 minus 4,200 will be the net figure on the asset side of the balance sheet. 1,800 is to be debited to profit and loss account as two bad debts. Now for RDD, new RDD is 4,200 and old RDD is 1,000. New RDD is more, so difference is to be debited to profit and loss account. 4,200 minus 1,000, 3,200, profit and loss account debit to provision for bad debts 3,200. Freight, trading account debit to freight, bills payable on the liability side. Furniture, asset side in the inner column, it has got adjustment, I have put a star. Depreciate furniture by 15%, deduct 15% from furniture and debit it to profit and loss account. Carriage outward, profit and loss debit. Opening stock, this is trading account debit first item. Remember this. Opening stock, trading account debit side to opening stock 35,900. Cash at bank, asset. Cash in hand, asset. So this is how you are supposed to first go through adjustment, put stars, then one by one start entering the items. Those which do not have any adjustment, directly put the figure in the outer column, and those who have got adjustment, put the figure in the inner column, do the adjustment, show both the effects, and then proceed the next item. After finishing, completing, posting all the items of trial balance, once again go through the adjustment to check whether you have covered all the adjustments or not. Market price of closing stock is 1 lakh, which includes profit margin 15,000. This is market price of stock which has 15,000 profit. So 1 lakh minus 15,000, 85,000 is cost of stock. It is to be credited to trading account by closing stock and it is to be shown on the asset side. Second adjustment we have seen, third we have seen, fourth we have seen, fifth we have seen, sixth we have seen, seventh we have not seen. Goods lost by fire 20,800, trading account credit while goods lost by fire 20,800. Insurance company admitted claim for 16,000, 16,000 to be debited to assets, and the difference between these two is actual loss, it is to be debited to profit and loss account 4,800. Eighth adjustment we have done, ninth adjustment we have done, and implied adjustment, hidden adjustment, interest on bank loan also we have done. Now check whether you get gross profit or gross loss. Transfer it to profit and loss account. Check whether you are getting net profit or net loss. Transfer it to capital account and see whether your balance sheet matches. So in this particular video we have seen illustrations covering preparation of balance sheet and some treatment of adjustments. What are the two effects of various adjustments? Thank you.